How are we all doing today? We're back with Skunk on her. We're gonna call her her because, guys, we need to stick with the character here. We need to stick with our character. And we are a her at the moment. So until we die and respawn, Skunk is a her. So we're sticking with the continuing adventures of Skunk on her journeys. Her journeys on the arcade PvE. Welcome everybody. Thank you for joining me again. I was a bit curious about what we're going to do today. But I thought, we're getting a little bit low on food. So I guess it's time to go hunting. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go hunting. We're going to go and see if we can catch ourselves some food today, guys. That's the plan. Now, we're just looking around here by a radio station before we head out, because we wanted to just see what DJ Red's been up to there. We did get him a car battery the other day, so hopefully that's going to help him out a little bit. Not a car battery, a truck battery. And I see he brought another one now. So the man's geared up on his truck batteries now. We have we popped a charge on that thing for him just now, so that's good. Got a battery charger and a generator we picked up for him the other day. So DJ Red's a happy camper, and yeah, we expect to see him soon. So in the meantime, we're going to go hunting for this hour before the restart, guys. Hopefully catch ourselves a deer. I hear one outside there somewhere. So we got some food in that, but we need to top up. So we'll do that as our little start-off stream for the day. We've got some other things lined up for you later on Rebels TV. If you want to join the stream team and you're on the arcade PvE server, shout out to everybody on there. You're welcome to come join me on my travels. It'll be fun. Two hands are better than one, as they say. Poor old Skunk here. She's lonely. She's the last survivor of the DayZ Rebels mercenary squad. Contracted to Chernarus. Unfortunately, all of her fellow rebels, they've passed away from various, either killed in action or sickness. So if you want to join her on her travels and help her do some hunting today even, maybe you can swing by here. We're going to head out now, and we got some other things we need to do later. Later on we need to do a little bit of building work here at Zenit. It's not a secure compound by any means whatsoever, and there are things in here that... Look, it's a point of interest. You're not supposed to mess with the point of interest, so climbing in here is a no-no anyway, but we just need to make it so that if people do climb in here, there's no real way to stop them because of this. But we can make it so they can't get out. That's what we can do. So we'll do a little bit of building work later as well, but for now we're going to go hunting, guys. We've got a little time before the restart. Restart will be in about 50 minutes or so, so that gives us plenty of time to go hunting. Problem we've got, well, it's not a problem. It looks like rain. It's going to be a bit cold out there, but anyway, there's only one way to do it, and that's to get it done, guys. So let's go do that. Now, I think they were over here. I heard some sounds over here. We've got a tundra. It should do the job. It's going to be a little bit tricky to see, but we'll make do. Come on, Skunk Girl. Go find some food. Now, the best thing to do... There's food. The best thing to do when you're looking for food is not eat that. Definitely don't eat that. Or if you do and you really need to, just have small bites and wait. Do not chow that whole thing down in one shot or even halfway. Just do small little bites. We'll do a bit of looting because we unfortunately... Look, we need food, so we don't want to pack our backpack with stuff. Think, guys. Think. We want to carry as much food as possible from our kill. It's down here. Yeah, like I was saying, unfortunately we lost our vehicle in the recent vehicle wipe. We had some reorganizing to do here so that we can get streaming with you. We had to reset a whole little area up and whatnot. So hopefully we've got everything organized now on that side. But we did miss the vehicle wipe, so our vehicle will be gone. We'll have to go check that later. And I think I had a boot full of fucking stuff to go to Trader, so that's also gone. But those are the breaks, guys. You need to be on it. I did warn ourselves, myself included, that car wipe was coming up and to get that done beforehand, but I didn't listen to my own advice, so it's my own fault. -1 car and a boot full of stuff. Not a problem, it gives us an excuse to go looking for cars later. That's another job we can do. So we're going to do some building later, and we're also going to do some car hunting later, and we've got a few other things lined up. If we can't catch this deer that's somewhere around, it's gone quiet now, we might have to go fishing, guys. That's over here. We might have to go fishing, which will be fun. We've got a candy cane and whatnot. I mean, we're not desperate, but best to get these things done, like I just said with the car wipe. You never know what's going to crop up. We certainly don't want to run into wolves. But the deer's over here. It's up in those woods by the sound of it. I didn't bring a rangefinder, so we're going to have to use the scope on the rifle. Definitely up in those woods there. Maybe just beyond. That's wolf country, so not great. Look, guys, if you're in wolf country, which will be around Zenit, and especially north of Zenit, anywhere north of Zenit really, you need to be on your toes. Think about what weapon you've got on you, how you're going to fight a pack of wolves if they do come attack you. They don't always give you warnings, so see what you're packing and decide what your best course of action will be. I mean, 9 times out of 10, your best course of action is climb on something, first off. A hay bale is good. This little hunting thing is first prize. So always keep your eyes peeled in wolf country for somewhere you can run to climb on. That's going to help you a lot. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to have to just stand your ground. Some folks will prefer it in the open so that they have, you know, got space to shoot all around, can see what's happening. Other folk prefer it in the woods or around a tree. Then you can put the tree between yourself and some of the wolves while you tackle a few of the other ones. Again, depends on the situation, what you're packing. Okay, we're getting closer. What we'll do is we'll turn voice chat off. We don't want to make a noise while we're chatting to you and scare these guys. We don't want to scare them off. I mean, we could do with this kill. It will be a nice easy thing. Get back, cook it up. Maybe even have time to go fishing in the stream as well. Do a sort of double hunt. They're close. I think they're still far enough away I can move to that tree line. I think we're good. They're right in here though. Maybe behind this tree, maybe another 50 meters away. It's hard to tell sometimes. They're quite loud. Alright, they're close. They are close. Probably out in that field. Light isn't great, guys. But oh, there he is. There he is. There he is. Sorry, I was paying attention to something else. Patience is our friend here, guys. We want a headshot. Oh, I thought we took our gun out. We didn't. Oh, we want the big boy, don't we? No fucking around. The shot was on target. There was no need to mess around and aim. Good little zoom in. Straight onto the head. All breath. One shot. Tundra does the job, you don't have to worry about that. If you're using something a bit smaller, I mean, AK-74 might not do the job there. I mean, you know. Alright, thank you, mate. Appreciate that. Oh, we'll give him a little bit of respect there. We use a hunting knife. I think our hunting knife is fairly sharp. The amount of meat you get off an animal, as far as I'm aware, it is affected by the type of tool you use to harvest it or skin it. An axe might not give you as much as a pristine hunting knife or a kitchen knife. There are certain knives, I think, that will increase your yield. And of course, how you killed the animal. If you shotgun the thing 20 times, you're not going to get that much good stuff off it. So let's see what we get using a hunting knife. We should keep the pelt as well, because we want to pop up dispensary, guys. We can put the game. Let's try that. Still not working. DayZ is pretty irritating for that. I'm sure you guys have experienced it. That's one of the little bugs about it. If you switch the game chat off using the double left click on the D-pad and then you try and switch it back on doing the same thing, it won't work. Or if it does work, it goes back to voice activation, but the mic hasn't activated. So the best way I find to solve that, I find a few people having that issue. Just unplug the 3.5mm jack from the controller and replug it in if you're using a wired headset. If you're a fancy schmancy and you're using a Bluetooth or wireless headset, then I don't know what you do there, guys. I guess you just connect and reconnect it somehow. But it is a little glitch on DayZ. Just unplugging and replugging the microphone into the port of the controller seems to solve the problem most of the times for me. Okay, so what do we get here? We got a bunch of meat, so we're gonna take all the meat, obviously. The nice thing about venison is it's only 2 slots per piece. I think a cow is 4. You do get a little bit more sustenance of a cow, I would say. Not necessarily. We'll see when we cook this up and we have a chow. I think we've got some cow on us. Bit of steak. Yeah, we got some steak, so that's perfect. So what we can do is it's 71% remaining, so it wasn't a bad kill. 78, okay. What we can maybe do is when we cook up this venison here, guys, we'll do a little comparative test. And we'll chow 90%. We'll see when it's cooked what it looks like. It's probably come a good headshot. And then we'll do a little test. Yeah, we'll chow 1 piece of venison down. We'll see how long it takes to actually eat the thing. You know, that steak goes on forever, doesn't it? Once you start eating a good piece of steak, it takes a good 10, 15 seconds maybe to finish chowing that. You're basically going to almost full belly. Now we just need to compare that with the venison. I think it's almost as good, you know, but the nice thing is you can get 2 pieces of venison for 1 piece of... Venison might be the better option there. Do we need any rope? If you need rope, you're going to craft it out of guts here, guys. How do you craft it? Well, you take 2... How do you craft it? I've forgotten now. I'm sure you use a knife on it. No, you can't. Yeah, you maybe do use a knife. Where did I put my knife? There you go. You use knife on 6 pieces of guts, and you can craft yourself a rope if you need one, yeah? How did it blunt my knife that? You see, skinning animals or making fire barrels, if you use a knife, yeah, you can kiss your knife goodbye. It's usually ruined. Skinning animals also takes a bunch out of your knife, so you can see there we went down to damage status. But that's fine. I want to keep this pelt, actually. We're going to have to carry it. We don't need bones or anything. If we go fishing, we could do with some... You know what? Let's make a couple of... let's make a couple of bone hooks, because we might go fishing still. We might have time to do that. That'll be fun. So you use the bones and a knife. Craft improvised hook. I wonder if I've got a fishing rod. We'll have to go check. In fact, screw it. Let's do the whole shebang, and we'll make one somewhere here as well for you. We'll show you how to do that one time. We don't need that many hooks, guy. Maybe that's enough. How many have we got? 3. 3 is enough for our purposes. So we'll take all 3 hooks, and we're going to get some rope now. We want rope, because we need to make a fishing rod. So let's use these 6 guts crafted using a knife. And we got the rope. We got the hooks. Okay, that's the rope. You can inventory that. That's all we need. We want to carry a pelt, because I want to take this pelt up to the dispensary, folks. We want to start selling these pelts, yeah? We're going to grab these things. We're going to make some money off these pelts. We're going to be on a money-making mission soon. We're going to see how quickly we can make ourselves 100 grand. Or, well, in an ideal world, we want to get up to at least 500,000 by the next few days. So we really want to crack on there. So we'll be doing that. We'll be taking every opportunity to grab the money. I'm just trying to remember which way we came from. That was up here, wasn't it? I've got a map on me. No. I'm pretty sure we came down the hill there, didn't we? Yeah. Easy to lose your bearings there. You mustn't do that, especially in wolf country. I don't know if slaughtering an animal is going to particularly attract them more. I don't know if the game's set up like that, or if it is just... Don't think it is, actually, you know. Anyway, there's the radio tower, so we're going in the right direction. So we got rope, we got hooks, we just need to make that fishing rod. But before we do that, let's get back to Zenit here, and I guess we need to cook that stuff up as well. So what we'll do is we'll go back to Zenit, we'll deposit the pelt, ready for going up to the dispensary later. Try and get a few more of them together. It takes a little bit of inventory space, but I mean, if we've got enough, and we can just take up 2 or 3 at a time, even, that's fine. We could do with wolf pelts. They're going to give us much more money. I think it's, I don't know if it's 8k. I'll have to check the pricing on that, guys. But not an issue. Got about 40 minutes till restart, so more than enough time to get cooking and get a fishing rod made and go and do a little bit of fishing even. We might as well vary our diet. Why not, guys? You know, a man cannot live on meat alone. We could gather some fruit and all sorts, which is pretty easy. Though fruit's a bit scarce on the vanilla spawns. I'll have to hang around. You have to hang around a little bit by the areas that spawn fruit in. And, you know, it takes a little while for the stuff to spawn in. If you stand in the same place in the woods, for example, for about 10 minutes or more, then you'll start to see mushrooms spawning in more regularly. Remember, the mushroom spawns that you might come across, or any fruit spawns or anything that you might come across, don't necessarily mean that there's been another player there. Neither does the fact that they're rotten, because as soon as you enter the radius of a particular, like up here there are fruit trees, so as soon as I come within a certain radius, it will automatically start to spawn in a few pieces, and the longer I stay there, the more it will spawn in. But it spawns in at varying degrees of goodness. So some will be pristine, some will be rotten. So just because it's rotten doesn't mean someone's been there before you. Of course, that is a possibility. And you can kind of track players in that way, but you need to have a bit of practice with that. You need to know what you've spawned in and what you haven't spawned in. That takes a little bit of time to get used to. We could pause the game and open the gate, but we're going to do some building work later, so we'll just jump into Zenit. As I said, it's actually very easy to get into Zenit. It is not rocket science, guys. We can go around and jump on the containers and over the wall, but we can also do it here. So we know that people can get in here, and that's why we're going to make it so that once they're in, they can't get out. It's impossible to stop folks getting in. I mean, once they see what they can do is they can climb these containers up there and just jump in there. There are all kinds of ways. There's nothing I can really do. The only thing I can do is prevent people from getting out once they get in here. And as a point of interest, if they have to break the wall to get out, we will have to deal with them in a severe and harsh manner, because a point of interest is not a place to be fucked around with, guys. So you don't mess around at traders, you don't mess around at Zenit, dispensary, library. Any of the points of interest are no messing around areas. Do not interfere with operations there. Do not go in there unless you have some reason to be in there. We'll stick this thing in there for now. We'll do the... Okay, it's a bunch of stuff to cook up. So, nice little successful hunt. Quick. Didn't take long. We heard them in the distance. Using earphones is obviously going to help you pinpoint the direction much better than if you are not using earphones. That goes without saying. So, invest in a good... Well, not a good... Invest in a decent pair of earphones with a good mic. You don't need to go extravagant. The cheap Chinese things will do the job. And I mean, you need it on a PvE server, guys. You need to be chatting to everybody. You need to be hearing these kind of things. And you need to be tuning into Radio Z 94.6. We'll be on later. Rebel Skunk, she'll be playing for you. She's got a selection of tunes coming up. You're welcome to request your own tunes as well. And we'll be doing that right here from Zenit later on this evening for you. Ooh. Did someone turn this back on, or is it just glitched? It's just glitched into permanently giving out exhaust fumes now. Love it. We're going to gas ourselves in here, but we'll pretend there's a hole in the wall there that we've been clever and we've put the exhaust fumes out here. We just gas everybody in the corridor. It's not even running and it's gassing everybody. Love it. Nothing works properly in the apocalypse, as Rakan would say. Keep your eyes and ears peeled for DJ Red. He's usually on and playing on the airwaves. DJ Rakan, he also makes a visit now and then. He's got a nice YouTube channel you can check out. If you guys want to donate, go check the donations channel on the Discord server. Donate to the Arcade PvE and Bigfoot. All the links you need are in the donations page. It's pretty easy. Go buy him a coffee. And while you're at it, you can buy me one as well. So we've got 2 truck batteries in here for DJ Red. The other one, this one could do a little bit more charge, but we'll get around to that later for him. That'll keep him happy. It'll keep his little field radio that he broadcasts on running for much longer. That's great stuff. So we're going to use the fire barrel, guys, to cook the food up. And the reason for that is you get 2 kinds of fire barrels. You get this one, the big one. Excuse me. You know, the one that you can make yourself with your knife. And you get this one outside. Yeah. It's a half barrel. You sometimes find them at points of interest and other areas. Now, let's say why we're going to use the big one, and I guess it's pretty obvious. You're going to get more meat on it. So if we look at this one, for example, we can cook 2 pieces of meat. That's it. We can just cook 2 pieces of meat. We can't smoke anything. We could put a frying pan on there if we had one, or a cooking pot, and increase our cooking that way. But otherwise, we're just getting 2 pieces on there. And we got a bunch of stuff to cook, so we don't want to be doing that. Let's bring a log in here. Oh, it stopped smoke. No, it doesn't. So we're going to log this thing up, guys. Let's log it up. We better put 2 in, but we were clever. We put some logs in here. 2 will be enough to do our thing. There's a piece of paper in here. See, organize yourselves, boys. Organize. There we go. And if we were clever, we would have put a lighter in there. So let's go do that. Cough as you go through the exhaust fumes. Yeah, we got a lighter line here. So we'll just deposit this one in that chest, and that is now a full fire kit in there, you see. So when DJ Red or a Con come, there's a bit of chow in there for them. And there's some wood and paper and a lighter for them. So they'll be happy campers. They'll be happy DJs. Keep your DJ happy, guys. Come down Radio Z and sell some stuff to me. Or buy some stuff off me. Check my Radio Z channel on Discord. See what we buy and sell. Come down. Do that. I want to buy that stuff off you. I want to sell that stuff to you. I don't get too hot while I'm cooking, so we're going to take off a few things. Hey, there's Skunk. See? She's a she. We're living our life as a she until we die and respawn. Poor Skunk. She had a hard time with the Radio Z Rebels. Lost all her buddies there. She's the last lonely one here. Now we're going to cook up a bit of comfort food for her. We'll do everything. We'll even do the fat. Fat's good to keep, actually, to put on torches, you know, that you can carry around with you. Handheld sort of fire torches. Definitely worth holding on to that. We'll go over that sometime. Where's the rest of the stuff? Oh, here it is. It's in my field jacket. Let me do this. Be easier. I'm going to drop all the stuff on the floor first, and it's easier to cook. That's what I find. So all the stuff out of my inventory. Make sure I've got no raw meat left in my inventory there. That I find the easiest thing to do. Okay, the jacket has glitched into a wall or something. What the fuck? Ah, Christ almighty. You gotta love DayZ. The jacket has just disappeared as I dropped it. I think everything was out of the field jacket, but that's not great. That's my favorite field jacket now that's just gone. See, it's not there. I swapped it out for the book that was lying here. And it's just glitched out now. Is it in here somewhere? No. So it looks like we lost the field jacket. Typical DayZ. Love it. Instead of just dropping the thing on the goddamn floor, it decides to vanish into hyperspace. It's supposed to be sitting there where the book was. And it's not. There's not even a hint of it. Usually they're still sticking out the wall a little bit like the PC or something. But this one has completely vanished into the ether. Damn! That's actually very irritating, guys. Maybe when I pick the other stuff up it will... Anyway. Damn annoying. So now we have to go find a goddamn fucking jacket. I think there's a hoodie in the next room that we'll have to use till we find another field jacket. I like the field jackets because of the color and their best insulation. Anyway, back to the thing on hand. So, yeah. Cooking on here, you can see we can do 3 pieces and we can smoke 4 pieces. So we can do 7 pieces in total. The one outside we could only do 2. So a much better option. So I'm going to smoke as much of it as possible, although it takes 3 times as long to smoke as to cook. But smoking makes it last longer. Doesn't give you quite as much nutrient. Can we call it nutrient? Nourishment is a better word, eh? But it does last longer and stops going rotten as quickly. So we'll do that. We'll smoke as much as possible. And we'll curse DayZ for stealing our field jacket there. How are we doing on time, guys? We're doing alright. We've got about half an hour. We can probably cook this up in the next 5 minutes. Make our fishing rod. Stick a hoodie on and we'll run down the lake and see if we can't catch a couple of fish. At least catch a couple of fish. Just to go over and show you how that works. I mean, it's pretty easy. I'm sure you've all done some fishing before. But if you haven't, welcome to Skunk Goes Hunting. Skunk Goes Fishing. She's doing her survival things today, is old Skunkarella. We should time this one day and see how long it takes. As you can see, the goddamn cooking doesn't take long. Get that stuff off there before it burns, remember. I mean, nothing worse than coming back and forgetting your meat. And burning your meat. Nothing worse than burning your meat in 2 heads, boys and girls. The smoking takes about 3 times as long. I mean, that's just a guesstimate. So we'll be able to do another 4 smokes, 3 cooks, 3 cooks. So another 2 cooks and 1 smoke. That should be done. It won't take long at all. We'll stash what we need in the old barrel there for the boys, the DJ boys. If you want to join Radio Z or just be an independent broadcaster like DJ Red and DJ Rakan, then get in touch with me on the Radio Z channel, on Discord. Let's make an arrangement. Let's make it happen, guys. Let's get some more regular broadcasts on the go. Same time of day, every day would be nice. So if you've got an hour to spare every day and you want to come down here and punch out a few tunes, nothing stopping you. It's pretty simple. You don't need much to get going. And it'll be great fun. Okay, our smoking is done as well. That's nice. Bloody book. Book's a pain in the arse. It's because of that book that I lost my field jacket now. Curse the book. We might collect books and try taking them up the library. We've never done that. I don't know how much money's in it. Some of the books can give you $1,000 a piece, but they take up 4 slots. So, and this particular one, Jarl's Saga, has made me lose my field jacket. I'm gonna burn this fucker in sacrifice of my field jacket. A little bit of venison. Yummy, yum, yum. Okay, it's cooling down. We want to do that test as well and chow a piece of venison and chow a piece of beef and see comparatively which one takes longer and gives us the most nourishment. I'm thinking the beef will probably be the better of the 2, but then again, like I say, if you can pack 2 pieces of venison in for 1 piece of beef, it might be better to do the venison, guys. Venison might be your best hunting option. Don't eat wolf meat. Not safe. I'm not sure about the fat. I think the fat might be alright, but the meat, no. Fox? I don't know. I think fox is alright. Not very nice, though. And, of course, the old mutton is a little bit tough. We'll just cook this fat up. Maybe we should keep it peaceful, making a torch. Maybe we should keep a piece and make a torch out of it for ourselves. Let's just cook it up. We'll do the torch thing later. The torch thing's pretty easy. It's a stick and rags to combine to make a torch, and then you can add the fat onto it to make it burn longer. Nice to run around with that while it's raining. It just keeps you in a damp state and doesn't give you hypothermia. Definitely a little trickster to do when it's raining. Run around with the torch in your hand. So a stick and rags will get you the torch on the go, and that'll keep you dry and toasty, even in the harshest of weather. Funny it doesn't go out like while you're running around with it, but anyway. Okay, the smoke stuff is done as well, so we're almost done here. Oh, Jamie Oliver. It's nearly done. There you go. One more little piece of fat. It's a tough old piece of fat, that. There you go. Okay, so we're done there, and in punishment for losing the field jacket, we shall now burn the book. Where are you? There you are. Bloody. Field jacket gone. Not happy. Not a happy camper with my field jacket going, guys. That's irritating as hell. It's supposed to be there where the book was, and it's just... It's probably sitting in the wall there somewhere or something. Sometimes you're lucky and you can... I'm gonna burn if I stand there, yeah, of course. Oh well, we can kiss our field jacket goodbye, and we shall now have to go and find something else. But like I say, I think there's a few hoodies next door here. We want brown, I guess. Yeah. Alright, that'll do for now. It's not the best. Not the best, but I think it's only medium insulation or hoodie, isn't it? Yeah. It's something though, until we find another jacket. I think we might have one at base. I want that stuff to cool down a little bit. Okay, there's a piece to test. Now we're pretty full, so if we eat this piece, we're not going to be able to eat a piece of beef afterwards, but maybe we can squeeze that in. We got time? Yeah, we got time, guys. So let's chow this piece down. We'll have enough for that. Let's see how long it takes. I think a beef takes longer, you know. But now you gotta remember, 2 pieces of this. It's tricky to say. I would say 2 pieces of venison probably beats 1 piece of beef. But only just. Either that or they're the same. That's what my guess would be. I like the fact that they only take 2 slots though. Can I get into the sea chest? I can. So that's nice that they only take 2 slots. Might as well organize this sea chest for the boys. And then we'll go fishing, right? Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay, so we don't want to pack the hot stuff in there, premium. Let's just put in a varied thing. They're gonna have to eat this stuff up though, the boys. Otherwise they're gonna find themselves going hungry. You know what? Let me just use 2 hands. Get it all in here. Love the way the menu just jumps around. Okay, get a bit of organizing there. We'll let that stuff cool off a little bit. We can go in warm, I suppose, you know, it's not going to be a big issue. And we still want to get down and do some fishing if we can, guys. That would be nice, yeah? A quick little bit of fishing won't go amiss. We'll put this stuff in warm, it's not a big issue. It'll cool down as it goes, so that's fine. And we should have enough space here to do this. The boys are going to be happy they got some food. And keep them happy. Nothing worse than having to go run around looking for food when you're really not kind of in the mood for it. Okay, so now we're down to the fat. Fat of the land, boys. That's what we got in our grubby paws there. Alright, the boys will be happy they got some food there. We unfortunately are missing a field jacket that has just completely disappeared into nowhere land, into La La Land. Skunk is not a happy girl. She's lost a favorite little field jacket there. That she was given by... Yeah. Okay, we give up on the field jacket. We put it down to... DayZ-ness. It would be nice if it was just sticking through there a little bit. It's probably hiding behind here. Nah, it's in the wall, innit? Okay, it's gone. We're going to visit the dispensary as well. We can take this stuff up there. And we can take that pelt up there. So we've got a busy day with that as well. So, we got a jacket that will do us good so long. All we need is a stick and make a fishing rod. And let's go catch a few fish, boys. We'll do that. And then we should just... We've got 20 minutes to go catch a couple of fish. Maybe even get back and fry them up as well. A little fish supper. Okay, so we're going to make this fishing rod now. We're going to use a long stick. And we're going to take that rope we made from guts earlier and combine it. Craft an improvised fishing rod there. Like a real Boy Scout. Girl Scout. Alrighty then, so we got a fishing rod, boom boom. Now we need to put a hook on it, and we got some bones from that, so we'll use a bone hook. It's slightly better bone hook than a wood hook. Each type of lure or hook you use, same as the fishing rod. If you've got the real deal, a real fishing rod, not an improvised or simple one, you're going to catch better quality of fish. Same thing with a hook. If you've got a real hook, a real lure, you get different types of ones, then you're going to catch better fish and stuff with that as well. So the better your fishing rod and your hook, the better better success you're gonna have when you're catching those fish. For now, we've got a simple fishing rod and a bone hook. We just need to put a worm on that thing, and then we're good to go. So, can we stash the fishing rod in our inventory? We can. We've got enough space. We emptied all that stuff out. Yeah, we did. Got a couple of spare hooks as well. Okay, doesn't look like rain, that's good. Best time to go fishing is early morning, late evening. You're gonna catch fish faster. That is the way to do it, but we can fish at any time of the day or night. Might just take a little bit longer. Nearest lake is probably down by Castle Nomsky. So we're gonna do that. We'll just grab ourselves a bandage here. Alright, let's go visit Castle Nomsky, my old base from last season. Lovely little place. Almost wanted to move there again this season, but yeah, no, a change is always nice. Get a bit sick of the same old scenery. Maybe someone's took up residence there. If we got time, we'll have a wander up there, but we'll head straight to the lake down by Nomsky and try and catch ourselves a few carp. I think it's carp. Let's go carp it up. So the lake by Castle Nomsky is due west of Zenit. The Zenit. Bearings, well, the broadcast center there is basically north of Zenit. So that is north, that is south, that is west, and that is east. And here you'll see just west of Zenit. Castle Nomsky in the distance, my old abode of last season. Great little spot. You only need one gate to make the entire tower secure. Gives you multiple floors with plenty of space for tents and barrels and whatever you want to stash in there. Top floor, obviously a nice lookout point. You can put your flag up there. Get a couple of large tents up there as well. So you've got more than enough space for 2, 3, even maybe 4 people, depending on how much of a hoarder you guys are. Personally, I try not to hoard as much nowadays. I've got over that phase. And if you are gathering loot and have a lot of loot, then get it down the trade and get it sold and move on. And I guess it's that old thing of if you haven't used the thing in 7 days, why the fuck have you got it? I'm going full minimalist this season. We'll go visit my base later. We'll have a little look-see around the base. It'll take all of 0.5 of a second to look around there. It's literally one room, maybe 10 foot by 8 foot. That is it. That is my home. That is all I need. I got enough space in there. I got a little garage just across the road in case I do find a vehicle or need a vehicle. That's more than enough for me. And it's nice and secure. So yeah, you know, sometimes you'll go out of your way, you'll build a lot of bases, build a lot of walls and things, and some clever dirty little burglar will find a way in there. I mean, that is against the rules, guys, but it happens, and you come back to find your stuff is gone or missing or destroyed or whatever. Open a ticket, report that, and we'll see what action can be taken, if anything. But guys, treat every base as if it was your own. If you see a base, have a look around the outside and move on. There's absolutely no reason for you to be trying to climb into anybody's base. We can get money for a fox pelt, and things were doing the pelt thing. Maybe we should grab it. Plus, they're really noisy. I don't like them. They're a bit vermin. Let's kill the vermin if we can. We're not on a good angle to catch it there, but... we'll come back for you, boy. Don't worry. We want to go fishing. So, nobody's taking up residence here. Castle Nomsky, nice little spot. You got a spot for a car if you need it there. If you're into your medieval armor, there's a few bits of armor spawn here. There's a chest plate and a mace. Ooh. And the castle itself, as I say, very easy to secure. If you're looking for a home, this is the place to go. I need one of them. That's nice and handy. One gate on there, and Bob is your uncle. You've got this whole tower to yourself. You got yourself a medieval two-handed sword. You've got space for tent. Space for another tent, and anything else you want to put there. And a space for a couple of large tents and a flagpole. Another sword. Nice little view out here as well, boys. We're going to go fishing down in the lake there. There's the lake down there. And I think we've got a 15 minutes or so. We've got a 10 minutes to catch some fish before the restart. And the end of this episode, Skunk goes hunting. Successful hunt. We managed to catch that venison, shoot that stag quite nicely. Luckily it wasn't far away from us, and we had some nice cover. Spotted it early, had tundra on us, not an issue at all. Pretty decent knife, gave us a good yield, and we used a big fire barrel to get it all cooked up as quickly as possible. I was wondering when we were going to find our little friend. Oh, here he is. Oh, we put the gun away. That's not good. Don't panic. In the famous words of The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy by Douglas Adams. If you haven't read that book, well, what is wrong with you? I know reading isn't much of a pastime nowadays, but treat yourself to something different. Put down the controller, pick up a book, and spend a day reading a book. Nothing wrong with that. It's been a while since I read a book. Maybe I should take my own advice, but I've read The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy a few times. Right, guys, so here we are at the lake. We're going to use our fishing rod. We're going to put a worm on that sucker, otherwise we are going to struggle to catch something. Unfortunately, our knife is a little bit damaged, which is not a great thing, but we've got a spare one if it ruins. So we're going to dig the soil and find ourselves a little wormy. We'll grab two. We should have enough time to do 2 fishes before the server restart and the end of Skunk goes hunting. Nice little simple episode to kick off our new location. We moved the streaming setup so that we've got a bit of a better spot for us, which is why we were a little bit absent yesterday. Okay, we stick the old worm on the hook there, and you just look at the water and try and get a bit closer. I want to be by the worm though. Come on, guy. I don't want to get my feet wet, seriously. Yeah, there we go. I'm getting my feet wet. Of course I am. Basically cast it out, and you wait. And you just wait. We've got a boat and hook, which increases our chances a little bit. We've got a worm on there, which is good. So it's not just going to be a basic carp, I reckon. Not the best time of day, so it could take a while. They tweaked it in the last update, not the 1.28, but the 1.27. They tweaked the fishing and made it a little bit more difficult to catch fishing pots. I mean, cooking pots and, you know, other things. A little bit longer to catch fish. There's one. I think we got one in the bag. We did. A tasty carp. Yeah, see, we only got a 49%. Then remaining at the top right of the little description above chili, 49%. If we were using a proper fishing rod or maybe a proper hook, we would definitely get more than 49%. Which is again why I'm saying the quality of your equipment, even when harvesting animals and things, your knife, your sharpness, the type of knife, and then in fishing here, the type of rod and hook Maybe even the time of day might affect. But we got what we got, 49% of a fish. This one's probably going to be the same or worse. As the hook degrades, we'll obviously lose. But we're just going to catch the 2 fish. So our time here is nearly done. We can maybe run back up to Zenit even. Get them cooked up. Give the boys a bit of a choice when they go in there. They can have beef, they can have venison, or they can help themselves to a little bit of fish. They can have a whole feast there when they come to DJ. Alright, well, it worked. We got 2 old, smelly old fish. Well, let's go cook them up. That's a Nomsky Lake by Castle Nomsky. Nice little spot, Castle Nomsky. There's a path here. You can't really get lost. This leads straight up to basically Zenit. You're quite isolated and hidden in the woods. I mean, obviously the top of the tower, if you've got your flag on it, is pretty obvious. There's another little lake. But it's a good spot, I like it. I'm surprised nobody has moved here. It's nice and map central. If the teleporter up in Zenit is working yet to Vybor, yeah, there's a teleporter up there, guys. Didn't you know that? You're playing the arcade PvE. We got all this stuff on here. We can check that out later. We need to go to Vybor. We want to go up to the dispensary, so we want to teleport from Vybor up to the dispensary. So if we can teleport from here to Vybor, that would be first prize. We'll see if Bigfoot has organized that yet. It's not a big sweat if he hasn't, though. He's got a lot to do, and he does a lot for us. Big thanks to Bigfoot. Big shout out to Bigfoot and the team, Brandon there especially, helping out. And everybody else on the server that's running the points of interest, the traders and the car lot and the library dispensary. Everybody who's helping out in those areas. Thanks very much to all of them for keeping things moving and keeping the community engaged. And just to the general community, thanks to you guys for joining the server and helping us all out. Well, looks like we'll get back to Zenit. We can maybe stoke that fire up again. We need to secure Zenit, guys, so I think on our next episode maybe we'll get the building work on the go. We'll put up a few fences here and there, just to make it so that if people get in to Zenit, which as I say is not difficult, then they can't get out, and they have to break out, in which case it'll be interfering with a point of interest, which is a no-no, guys. You do not mess with the trader, do not mess with the library, the dispensary, any of those points of interest. You do not mess with them. You're welcome to come and interact with them and do the normal kind of thing, but yeah, no climbing in there, stealing stuff, breaking out, all that kind of nonsense is a no-no. I mean, we can just climb up there and jump in that way, you see. There's just so many ways to actually... I mean, you might hurt yourself going in that way. It'd be worth trying out, you know. I've seen people do it, so nothing we can really stop. Which is why we're just going to make it so when you're in, you can't get out. That's the best way to do it. We make sure all the relevant people have the gate code. The people that need to go in and out. And that's fine. There's only a handful of people going in there. I mean, we can put a fence up there which will stop this, but it doesn't really, because at the end of the day, if anybody's determined, they're just going to walk around the back and jump on the containers and jump over the big fence. So we let them walk in here. We'll put a fence up here, so you can't get in that way. You have to jump over there, and then the only way to get out once you're inside like this Put up the barbed wire up there. Yeah, the only way to get out will be to jump up here. And jump out here. Which is possible, I don't know. Just need stamina. So what we need to do is we need to put some fencing up there, just to stop people from jumping over there. And we need to put a piece of fencing there. So that way when they do jump in, however they decide to do that, I mean it could be there, it could be anywhere, then the only way to get out will be, you won't be able to get out here. You won't be able to get out there, you won't be able to get out inside. So the only way will be to jump up there and over there, and if that's got a wall up, you can't do that either, so you'll be stuck in here. Okay, that's our job for next episode. It's going to be restart soon, guys. We're going to stoke the fire up and cook the rest of this fish up quickly for the boys and girls that come visiting. It's still smoking mysteriously and ghost-like to itself. We've got 4 or 5 minutes. All we'll probably need to do is add some more wood. We'll probably blow it. No, we can't. We have to add paper as well. It's gone out totally. Which is not an issue. We've got everything we need now. We've got organized before we see. So being organized is good. Be organized. It's going to make your life a lot easier, and it's going to stop you from getting into too much hassle. We've got 2 fish we want to cook up here, so we're going to drop them on the floor. Now what we're going to lose this time when we take it off, we'll drop that, and we'll drop a field rest, and we'll drop that. That should be enough to keep cool. Our knife is probably getting quite blunt now. Ooh, can't breathe in there. Come on, skunk. Stand back a little bit, girl. Now we're using a damaged knife to gut and prepare these fish, so is that going to make our fish worse than 49%? You see, this is what we also need to bear in mind when we're doing things like this. 65 after gutting, that's not bad. Okay. So let's get this stuff on here. Gotta love the way DayZ does its own thing. There we go. Oh, we can't do that. First we need to close the barrel. Aha. Now we can cook. We'll cook 2 pieces, we'll smoke 2 pieces. That's fair dues. See, that piece seems to be less than that piece. That's 49, and that is 65. So one of the fish we caught was a 65%, and one was a 49%. So there was a variation in the amount that we got on those 2 fish. Same equipment, so it just shows you the variation there. Guys, it's been fun. We're going to lose you to restart soon. We'll probably get these cooked up, and we can maybe log off officially. But if the restart jumps us, it's been fun. Skunk goes hunting. I don't know if we learned anything today. We just had a little wander around. We made sure that we're good to go for the next few days, few server days. In real life even, with old DayZ. We got enough food to keep us cracking on now. We did some fishing. We made a fishing rod. We got ourselves a pelt for taking down the old dispensary. I'm looking forward to that. We've got some crate full of weed. We need to make a crate later. So we'll do that when we're doing the building episode. We'll do some wall building, and we'll make a crate and pack the crate ready to go down dispensary. We'll do all that a little bit later. Keep your eyes open on the events channel on Discord and on the Radio Z channel on Discord for upcoming Rebel Z TV broadcasts with Rebel Skunk, the last surviving member of Zenit Rebels. If you want to join the Zenit Rebels, come down to Radio Z. Buy and sell from us, broadcast yourself. As always, guys, it's been a pleasure. We're just waiting for these smokers to smoke up. And I'm going to catch you guys on the next episode of the continuing adventures of Skunk, the last remaining survivor of Rebel Z TV. Guys, love and leave you. It's time Thank you. I'm going to catch you later.